Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about our specialty fabric categories. I know we've been focused a little bit more on fabric. I think this is our last segment, so I wanted to cover all of the categories we have that are specialty. So we have performance. We talked about that a little bit last time. We're going to talk a little bit about your iClean today, and then antimicrobial, conserve, and our pet-friendly group of fabrics. So performance fabrics, just a reminder, they're a bigger part of our specialty group. The fabrics have a high durability wear rating and are available, pretty much on everything in our line. And these fabrics have that indicated symbol on the front of the fabric sample. So that's that little purple circle or lavender circle, periwinkle, whatever color you want to call it, with that white kind of P for performance. And then our iClean fabrics, those are going to be indicated by that blue circle with that water drop in it. And these are usually identified on the back of the sample head rail. So our iClean fabrics are completely immersed in a solution, and that makes sure that every fiber has been treated and it leaves a concentrated barrier of protection, but it still keeps your fabric soft to the touch. So that's a big piece with iClean. Everyday stains associated with kids, pets, and everyday life release pretty easily. They give peace of mind to your customers. Now they can, get that white sofa that they're loving. Again, you want to make sure that we're still offering the stain protection to our customers, your Guardian or Guardsman, whatever brand you're using, because the iClean, it does come with a 3-year warranty. However, it only covers the small group of stains that are shown here under the covered stains. Anything oil or wax-based, ink marks, mustard, things like that are not covered under the iClean warranty. And even for the things that are covered, to be able to have the iClean warranty serviced, your customer has to mail a 20-inch by 20-inch sample of a stained area to the address on this form. So you want to make sure that as you're explaining iClean, they are fantastic fabrics, but we want to reinforce that with your third-party protection just to make sure your customer has the in-home service portion that they may need. Your next section is antimicrobial, and that's going to be identified by that darker green circle with the little shield with the dots. So big question is, what is antimicrobial? Antimicrobial is an agent that kills microorganisms or stops their growth from continuing. Antimicrobial properties inhibit the growth of mold, mildew, and odor-causing bacteria. So with our fabric, they put the antimicrobial treatment on it, and then that way when bacteria land, they don't have the opportunity to continue to grow and foster. And then they would die on the surface of the fabric so that, again, it doesn't have the mold mildew smell. You don't have, pet smells, food smell, things like that that aren't going to continue on the furniture. The antimicrobial fabrics have a liquid silver, and that's what we use to give it that antimicrobial treatment. Silver has been known for years to have to inhibit bacterial growth, and it deactivates them on contact. It's safe for people, it's safe for their pets. It doesn't have a toxic effect on us. They've been studying it for years, and there's never been anything to be able to be found. And it's a long-lasting antimicrobial agent, so not something your consumer has to worry about reapplying in the future. It's mixed in a bath, and then we run the fabric through it, and it's submerged. So similar to the way we process iClean, it's just a different material here. And again, it denies the bacteria the environment in which to grow, so it controls odors and things like that. It's important to note that your antimicrobial is not antibacterial or antiviral, I guess. With COVID, everyone's very concerned about that. It's not antiviral, that's different. But your bacteria that are going to cause smells, things like that, this is going to help with that. The next one's conserve. The symbol for conserve is a little bit lighter green, and then it's got the 3 arrows in a circle that you would see like a recycle symbol. And so these are our sustainable fabrics. Sustainable is just a method of harvesting or using a resource that, keeps it going. And how do we know that our product is truly sustainable? You may get this question from your customers in the store. Our products, they have to meet a specific criteria to be considered sustainable. So each conserved fabric has to consist of at least 30% recyclable material. Ours all consist between 34 and 53% recyclable material. So we're definitely at and above any of those requirements to be truly considered sustainable. So with our conserved fabrics, we start with plastic water bottles. Plastic takes about 400 years to biodegrade, and so it became a very big concern quite a few years ago with all the bottled water, pop bottles, things like that, that we're using made out of this type of plastic. And so this is one of the efforts that's made to minimize that impact in landfills. So we take those water bottles, you can see we cut it up into little like shards, and then they melt those shards down into little pellets. The pellets go into a machine and we extrude it into a thread, and then we use those threads and fibers to weave the fabric. It's important to note on conserve that it is only the backing of the fabric that is made out of this recycled polyester. Everything else will be that your customer touches will be fresh fabric. So if you look at your content on the back of any conserved sample, it'll tell you the percentages and it'll say what the recycled percentage, recycled polyester percentage is, and that's going to be what portion of the fabric is made out of these water bottles. So for our sofas, if you use conserved fabric on a sofa, you're going to save 110 water bottles from going into a landfill. If it's a love seat, it's 80. If it's a chair or an ottoman, you're looking at about 50 water bottles. These fabrics come in a great variety of colors. They still have a good hand. I think we sell a lot of these without even knowing that that's what we're selling, but this is a really great tool to be able to showcase to your customers as well. And then the last category we have is pet friendly. Animals obviously are a huge part of every family, more and more so, I think, with the millennial generation. They're taking longer to have kids, or not as many people are having kids. And so their pets become, you know, where all that attention goes. And so we want to make sure that we have fabrics that are friendly for those pets too. And so we have different testing that we do on our pet friendly fabrics. You'll notice that all of our pet friendly fabrics meet our performance durability testing, but we also do a water repellency test. So what they do with that is they run water on a fabric for a certain amount of time, and there's an absorption blotter behind that fabric to make sure there's a scale, you know, how much water is penetrating this fabric. And then our fabrics have to meet an 80 or higher on that test to be considered pet friendly. So we do a water repellency or water absorbency test, however you want to term it, to make sure that it's going to be safe for those accidental pet stains, whatever it may be. And then they also have to have a cleanability rating. So again, we rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. Ours have to meet a minimum of 4 on that cleanability scale to be able to be considered pet friendly. The other testing are things that we do with all of our fabrics, but you do have to have the 50 cycles on the fray and flag test. We have to do at least 15,000 on the abrasion. Again, when you look at the list of pet-friendly fabrics, all of them, I think, meet the performance durability test. We might have one that's a heavy-duty fabric now, but that's our minimum. And then they have to have a grade of 5, so your highest rating you can get on both our pilling tests. So we do have some specifics that you have to be part of the pet-friendly group to make sure that they'll withstand in the home with dogs, cats, birds, whatever it may be. So identifying your specialty fabrics. So this was probably a year ago, year and a half ago. We sent out directions like this of where and how to apply stickers to be able to retrofit the walls. So you can see they've got an open view of that cardboard at the top of any of your hanging samples. And so the performance symbol will be on the front. Any of the other specialty categories will be on the back of your swatches with the stickers that are indicated there. For your ring pages, they should all be at the top by the ring next to where it says La-Z-Boy, so you can identify that easily and quickly. Your newer swatches, it is printed on them, but if you're missing these or if they're falling off and you guys need additional stickers, please let me know. I can get them reordered for you and get the beads out. Also, there was a blue bead that came with it to identify anything that's in the specialty category. There's also a list that goes along with this. So if you guys need that list or you need those stickers, please let me know what you need. I want to make sure you guys have the tools at your disposal. And if there are any questions, as always, please reach out to me.